Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to this incredible information session about the inaugural downtown St. Catharines Art Crawl. Come on, it's happening. It's going to be on October 11th of this year, 2024. And of course, thanks to Rodman Art Institute and Downtown Association for organizing the event. And well, there's just a few of us here, but my name is Deanna, and I'm very excited to be the event coordinator for this event coming up. Super exciting. And we're going to share some information. We all know each other, right?
This is
for those.
Hey. Not sure if everyone's met Michelle. Yes. Michelle's our
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Amazing. We've got Isabel and we've got Jen and we've got Rachel, the Downtown Association. And for those of you who are watching this later, we're so glad that you're getting this information. Enjoy. Oh, there we go. So yes, so as I mentioned, October 11th will be the inaugural downtown St. Catharines Art Crawl. And in collaboration with Downtown Association, RAIN will be presenting this with a host of other local organizations, businesses, and artists, and trying to create a very unique experience here in the heart of the city. And showcasing art from folks. There's a call for artists out right now for local art to be displayed in all around our downtown parameters. Of course, this has been inspired by, I'm not sure if you've all heard of the Hamilton Art Crawl, but it's a very popular event that's been going on for many years. And Isabel's been a part of it in the past as a young budding artist. What is an art crawl, you ask? It's a very great question. Basically, this would be a walking tour through downtown places, businesses, organizations, sidewalks, windows of buildings where we're temporarily exhibiting art by local artists. And it's a chance for folks to explore new and familiar places, have a good time, and see visual art, hopefully in as many places as possible. This is an opportunity for your business, Giant Shoe, and everyone else who's watching this later, to be a venue for the exhibit. We're calling on the entire downtown neighborhood to display artwork, RT work, actually, if you can see that nice typo there, RT work in, in the window or directly inside your business. And it's a fun way for folks to experience our city, food, restaurants, music, and businesses. I see someone's just joining us. Oh, Vanessa, welcome.
Hi, Vanessa. We only just started, so you haven't missed much. Vanessa is from Wind Group, so.
Hi, Vanessa, welcome. As you can see, we're talking about what an art crawl is and what we're anticipating for October 11th, 2024. Hopefully as many downtown businesses and organizations opening up their venues to display local artwork for folks to explore for one fantastic night. As I mentioned, this is inspired by Hamilton's monthly art crawls. I'm going to put in the chat after a link to a really great video. It's a CHCH news video about the sort of development and evolution of the art crawl and how it grew over months, just to give a bit more information so we don't have to sit here and watch it now together. Right, just a little stuck here, excuse me. Hi. Because I did link to that video. There we go. And some of you, like Tam, might be familiar with Suitcase and Point's Rhizomes events that have happened around the town. I put a couple of images in here just to give a sense of displaying art, video art through some of the downtown windows. This is from an event called Lost and Found, The Experience, art by Brittany Brooks over at Someday Books. And some artwork here at the Niagara Artist Center by Joanne Ring. And if you can see Arya Sharma's work, that's the back of Keto Crumb. So just to give you a sense of livening up some of the businesses in downtown and having people explore together. We're really excited to be doing this in the fall. This is a great opportunity for some of the new students who will just be starting their first reading week, and they'll stick around on that Friday and bop around to as many places as possible. We are anticipating as much foot traffic as possible for these after business hours and, shining a light on some local art. And this is how you can be involved. You can be an exhibitor, have some art in your space, in your windows, in your restaurant, in your business. We're going to work with all interested businesses to determine the capacity. For example, do you have wall space that we can hang work on? Is there room to have sculpture or 3D work? Is there a possibility for video art? And as we're bringing in the, actually, we just put the call out for art out last week, and there's been surprisingly quite a few people that are very interested. Most of the pieces will be visual art. There has been a few performance type applications, but we're anticipating mainly a visual art experience. If you're a business that generally closes before 5 p.m., like I know Giant Shoe is, we invite you to either extend your hours for the event or to display art through the window so folks can enjoy from outside. And we'll be working with professional installation folks to determine what works best for your venue, what you're most comfortable with. And if, for example, we were to hang work on the wall, we will be making sure that we patch and paint or make sure everything is right back to the way it was before things started. Other ways to be involved, whether or not you have art in your space. You might already have local artwork up in your venue, and we would be happy to have that as part of the listing for the program of the night. You may be an artist who wants to submit some work for the event. That would be amazing. There's also going to be a Art Crawl Marketplace at Market Square. This will be put together by Cozy Bones, so that will also be a bustling kind of central hub of the event with a lot of artisans. You might want to have a special offer for patrons on the night of the event, like brand new website from Giant Shoe for the patrons of the event. But thinking about a special art crawl cocktail for a restaurant or a special discount for patrons of the art crawl are other ways to be involved. And we're really happy to hear any other ideas that people may have for the night. Of course, this will be the very first one. So we're hoping for as many businesses as possible, artists to be involved. And this is a really great accessible way for people to get excited. And though we can't anticipate the numbers, in my experience, understanding when people have their art and artists get really excited, then they bring their people, and there's already been a lot of artists submitting work. So that's a really great way. We're also really looking forward to, having a map for the event, being able to create some wayfinding opportunities so that we're really highlighting the places where the art is displayed, whether that's through really exciting lighting, focusing on the space, or other things like that. Our event parameters are basically the downtown core from Church over to McGuire, and then from Geneva Street down to Ontario. Market Square you see here in red, and James Street, St. Paul, just wanting to really have as many businesses as possible interested. And things could be out on the sidewalk, on the, if you do end up watching that Hamilton video, you'll see all sorts of really interesting ways that it's evolved and that people have gotten involved in what they're doing. I'm going to throw it over to Isabel just to tell you a little bit about Rodman Art Institute of Niagara, who is organizing the event mainly. Go ahead.
Yeah, so hi, I'm the gallery manager at Rodman Art Institute of Niagara, formerly Rodman Hall Art Center. So we've got a collection of about 1,100 works of art that are now held in storage while we work towards a new purpose-built gallery. In the meantime, we've gotten a new it'll be about a year old in October, storefront gallery space that we've been using to program over the past year. I was sort of inspired by, like Dee said, Hamilton's Art Crawl, and then also looking at what Suitcase and Point does for performing artists in downtown and how the community really gathers for that. So I was thinking about how do we do something similar, and how do we introduce new students coming into St. Catharines in the Niagara region to how our creative community, and how do we get them a little bit more involved with downtown and introduce them to some of the shops and restaurants. So I thought to deliver this crawl. Ideally, it becomes an annual thing, and it can kind of grow. Like Hamilton does theirs once a month. That's a lot, a lot of work. So if we can kind of get this running and started as an annual thing, I think it would be really great for both businesses downtown and the artists that live and work in St. Catharines and Niagara.
Amazing. Here's the really awesome gallery space. If you haven't been in, it's at 104 St. Paul Street. You can come visit us there. And open Wednesday to Friday from 12 to 5. So come on through. Currently, Isabella's right there right now, so you can run over and have a live chat.
Yeah, Wednesday to Friday or by appointment. I'm flexible, and I'm happy to accommodate visits outside of that small window.
Amazing. I know we're anticipating another part of leading up to this. We'll, in terms of marketing the event and getting people excited, starting, what's the date for the first market workshops, Isabel? The 4th?
It's the weekend of September 21st. So it starts that Saturday. It's happening essentially during Culture Days.
Right.
So Culture Days runs from the week of the 21st through to the 13th. That's the last day of Culture Days, that Sunday. So we're using Culture Days to kind of drum up some excitement about the crawl, and then we're ending it with the crawl kind of as our big bang.
So we're lining up some interactive workshops that will be at the Market Square every Saturday between the 21st and the 13th of October as a way to kind of garner some excitement, get people making some art, and some of the work, the community art projects that happen there will also anticipate being on display during the art crawl as well. Anyway, question time. If you see this amazing slide, thank you so much for joining us. And yes, please go ahead, Vanessa.
Hi, how are you? So I wanted to corroborate which ones are the dates. Is September 21st and 22nd, or am I mistaken? That's the first question.
Oh, the date for the art crawl will be on October 11th, Friday, October 11th, from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. that night. And leading up to the art crawl and throughout Culture Days, from September 21st until October 13th at the Market Square, there'll be some interactive workshops.
Okay, so the installation will be from October 11th until the end of Culture Days. Am I right?
Actually, the art crawl will just be that one night only.
Okay.
But we'll work with different businesses. If you're interested in having the artwork up longer and the artist is up for that as well, who you're matched with, by all means, we're happy to have that happen. But
Okay.
It'll be one night only to try to get as many folks out for that one night enjoying the artwork that's up.
Okay. With regards to our spaces, we don't have a lot of space, but we do have my question is, you need it to be displayed on the front window, or can it be inside the restaurant? What do you have in mind? Because we do have a wall at East that is all brick. That is right. I don't know if you have been in at East before. It's right before going up to the washrooms. That wall is full brick and it goes end to end. Basically, great for some paintings or something. And then we have the entrance hall at Wind, which you open the first door. There are two doors, and maybe a sculpture there could go nicely. But my question is your idea that the people have to, like, they're gonna be wandering around inside and out? Because I also need to evaluate maybe when works better because it's just in the hallway in comparison with these that you have to go all the way in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great
know?
question. I think both options are options. So we can have artwork displayed just through the window, so folks don't have to come right inside. But, you know, you're talking about the brick wall, and I've been in both places. I think those are really conducive to artwork inside, if you were up for that as well. Both are options.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were saying that you guys will install everything and take it down and fix everything as it was before, correct?
Yes, just like magic, as if it never happened.
Magic.
I mean, it's a little different with brick, I'm sure, but we would work with you to figure that out
Okay.
in terms of patching and whatever those
Yeah,
logistics
well,
are.
it can always be like hanging from, oh, I don't know. No,
Mhm.
you know better. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pass this through the team, but yeah, I'm interested. So
Amazing. Thanks for your questions.
no problem.
Any other questions from, yes, Tam?
I'm just curious,
Mhm.
obviously with my marketing hat, if you have a plan to promote it during Grape and Wine, like during the parade, when there's a critical mass of people down here, I think that might be awesome. I don't know if you have any plans.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. And Isabel has been riffing about, actually, because there's a storefront right on St. Paul on the parade route, to have a bit of an interactive art making project going on right out front during the parade, as well as flyers and posters and those sorts of things, which are ready to rock. So
Cool. Yeah, I mean, we've got space here. We're definitely on board. So whatever the next step is, if you need like dimensions or anything like that, just let us know.
amazing. Actually, that's another great idea there, Tam. And it leads me to my next slide. You in? Great. Register now. Just kidding. We do have a form to sign up. And what we're aiming to do for those interested, there you'll notice on the form that there's a lot of questions about your comfortability. Is it something in the window? Is there something inside? Is there an appropriateness? Is it just family friendly type of art that you're considering, etc.? So you'll see we're capturing as much information there, and then all the businesses that do register will arrange a time to just have a quick one-on-one, come and get some dimensions and with the folks that are installing. The call for artists ends on the 22nd of September. So we will be gathering all that information and just kind of really looking at where the spaces are that we can bring art, what the art is there, and just working really diligently to make the best matches with each place. If there's anything in the form that, if you have any issues or have any further questions or more information, there is a section there to add that, but you can reach out to me anytime.
Can I ask a couple quick questions on behalf of the members not here, if that's okay, just preempting their questions potentially? So a couple quick things, just would you mind covering how long the art will go up? Like, do you have a potential day for installation and removal? If it is only up for that one day? And then if there's any costs involved in terms for the businesses, do they need to pay the artist? Or are there additional things businesses could do to help bring people into their businesses too? Could they host an artist or any of those kind of things?
Great questions. I think I might stop sharing my screen for now, if that makes sense. Oh, great. Great questions. So we aim to install the Monday prior to the 11th, and we'll just work with each business to see what's necessary. Is there something that, and to get ahead of it as much as possible so that everything is ready to display on the 11th. So that Monday prior to is the 7th of October. So between throughout that week, depending on people's availability and how intense the installation is, etc. And then unless otherwise negotiated or worked out with the artist, for example, the business and the artist are like, oh, let's keep this up. It'd be amazing. That's totally a potential, but we will be planning on to doing a de-install. But we're aiming to have everything out by Wednesday, the 16th. So after the event, in some cases, it might be a fairly simple de-install and the artist will just take the work. We are not asking businesses to pay the artists. Actually, Rodman Art Institute of Niagara will be offering honorariums to all artists that are involved. And the artists may or may not decide that they want to have the work for sale, but it will be completely up to the artist to negotiate those sales. So have their either being in the venue or near the venue or having their contact information available on a little placard or signage at the event. Was that all of them, your questions?
I asked a lot, sorry. My other
No,
one
that's
was, are there things that businesses could do above and beyond to either get people into their businesses or to really make sure people stop at their business, so to speak?
Great question. Yeah, I think so. One obvious one is we're going to be creating some posters. So we'd love to have an opportunity for all businesses to be able to have those. They're a part of the event. All of the folks that will be involved will also share some marketing ammo. So for example, like I'm a venue, I'm an exhibitor for social media posts, etc. I think that in the meantime, spreading the word to other businesses that might be interested, and also to that call for artists. Yeah, and like, as I mentioned, the wayfinding that we're aiming to have so that folks will have a venue map, we'll have a program, we'll have a listing of all the businesses. We're encouraging folks, like I mentioned, if you're a restaurant and want to have like an art crawl special that evening. So as people are walking through, maybe they want to come in and have something special at Wind that night that's for art crawl patrons or just in celebration of the art crawl. Anything else that I'm missing there, Jen, Isabel? For businesses? I'm sure some other creative ideas, anything.
Yeah, we'll think of a million and one that we should have said as soon as we finish the call. But I think the biggest is just kind of the cross promotion of the crawl. So like Dee said, we've got a bunch of templates drafted for vendors participating in the market, for venues participating in the crawl, and for artists participating in the crawl to share through their social media. And we'll be kind of promoting and platforming the venues as well. And like Dee said, we're at the minimum, we'll have venue maps and signage to help people get around, but we're also looking at other creative ways to help promote wayfinding, looking at either lights or glow sticks or some kind of beacon outside of any participating businesses. So if you're looking down the street, you can see, okay, there's a business that's participating, and you can kind of knock them off as you travel through downtown. But we're also open to suggestions if any businesses have any ideas or anything that they've thought of that they want to bring to us. We're happy to meet with them and talk that through.
Amazing. Thank you. I'm sorry to put you on the spot. I'm just trying to think to save your phone from ringing too much. I have one other quick question, and that was just, can businesses bring in their own artist? Or for example, we had a couple of florists or plant stores that were looking to come on the call today. Can they do like living art as like an art display? So I'm just trying to think if what would the steps they would need to do to take that? Would they approach you to say, can this artist display in my store? Would that be the right step?
Yeah, so there's some businesses downtown that already work with local artists and may already have displays up with local artists. In those instances, we'll just make sure that they're highlighted as part of the crawl. And then any businesses looking to do their own displays, they can certainly talk to us about it, and then we'll make sure that we feature them as well. Just because if they don't let us know, we won't be able to include them in, since we're essentially pairing artist to business. So if a business is interested in being one of the artists, they just have to reach out, and then we'll make sure they're included in all of our promotions and our wayfinding materials. But I think that would be great to do, like you said, like a living installation. We're not Our focus is visual art, but that's a very broad umbrella. It's not just like paintings and prints. We're really open to anything that helps activate downtown.
I think that's a really beautiful like sentiment too, just in terms of like that type of community collaboration and bringing those ideas to the table. And I think that we welcome any ideas that folks have to be involved. I was also just going to mention in terms of that marketing piece that we'll have all the businesses as well listed on the website, the landing page. So that will be another, and I'm sure we'll link to websites and all those different things.
Amazing. And I will just plug to say for any businesses listening, I find people go to where there's concentration on the map for locations. So talk to your neighbors and get them on board to really make sure you get that foot traffic.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Nice. Well, we're really excited for sure. And we'll make sure to share this video. I'm not sure if there were any more questions before I stop the recording.
Yeah, I would just put it out there that I think this type of event, I'm so happy that this is starting here. I feel like it's a really accessible way to be involved and pretty easy to, pretty easy to be involved, and not a lot of, what's the word? Like, there's not a lot of, there's no burden, not a lot of burden. There's not a lot of costs associated. We're really going to try to take care and really make this a really great neighborhood event that's easy and fun. And there's no street closure, just if anyone was about that. Keeping them wide open.
I love how you put people hanging on that one till the end.
That should have been the opener. I know. Well, thanks so much for coming.